What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are sitting at about $2.98 right now. Some people might look at this chart and they say, oh, there's bearish divergence. You have lower highs in your RSI and you have higher highs in your price. Well, yes, that is bearish divergence. We have lower highs in your indicator and higher highs in your price. I wouldn't call this bearish divergence. I don't think it is, right? Because you have higher highs here, relatively speaking. This high is higher than these two highs, right? I can see where people are deriving this as bearish divergence, but if you look at it for what it is, really is it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend is what it is. And you're at the base of this uptrend. And of course you are. You're right around the 50 area. You're at a relatively higher low area, an area that you right around here, right at this area that you found resistance at before. You found support a little bit above this area. You found some support right in this area before, resistance right here in this area as well, time and time again, right? So finding support here makes a lot of sense, I think. And then of course, just looking at it overall, it's as if you have this upward sloping trajectory, right? You're almost in this like parallel curved channel going up, if that's even a thing. 3-day time frame, same thing, but more pronounced. You're in this very established uptrend. Now you could move down lower. The 3-day would allow for you to move lower and you'd still be fine. If XRP were to move down from here, you're at 298. I don't suspect that you would move too much lower than 261. Maybe you go down to 261. That's pretty common, right? You break out from a relative consolidation phase, you pull up, you back test, and you continue to run. Maybe that could happen. Right? After all, let's just see if we're looking at this on a weekly time frame. What about here? When you broke out, would it have been there? I'm just curious. Would it have been here that you broke out, or maybe here that you broke out? You go on a daily time frame and you look, yeah, when you broke out here, you back tested there and went. This is probably the bottom line's probably the more like breakout area, right? Relative to this, these are your relative highs. Once you broke out, you had one day where you moved up and then one day back tested. You even went through the breakout point a little bit and then you ripped, right? This is similar to that, same kind of concept. It's taking more than one day though, just back testing this area that you were at, relatively finding resistance. It's a very common thing to do. It's a very, very common thing to do. And then something else to kind of note, whenever you're moving up like this, okay, whenever you're having a move and then you correction phases tend to be three-legged moves. What do I mean by a three-legged move? Well, let's dissect this a little bit, okay? So if you look at this, you had one move down, okay? After that, you had a move that brought you into a triangle, so a consolidation phase, right? You're in a move down, it's an overall correction phase, but within the correction, you have a correction. Does that make sense? You're moving down, and then you're correcting, and now you're moving down again. You're about to have your third leg down. Does that make sense? Move down, corrective move, move down again. You're about to have your third move now. This could take you, and likely would take you, to lower lows if we're interpreting that right. This could be some kind of flat. It doesn't have to go lower, but I am anticipating that if you don't find support here, you'd move down to 261. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not calling for that. I know it might sound confusing. If you are confused as to what I'm trying to say, don't worry. I'm kind of with you there, right? It's a fickle dance with my words that I'm trying to do here. I'm more anticipating that we could go to around $2.60. I'm not calling for it because this is XRP, this is crypto. We are in a very bullish phase of the market right now and things are about to blast off. Any day now, we're about to see things take off. So again, I'm not calling for 260. It's just more preparation. We could very likely find support in this area too, having a higher low and start to recover from here. We look at the daily RSI. Again, it's rather suggestive that we could move up. We look at the 3-day RSI. It allows for you to go down, but overall it's very bullish posturing and it might be suggestive that you move up as well. We look at the 4-hour time frame. We're actually at an area here where we found support before, We're a little bit above that area now, but that would mean on a 4-hour basis that we have a little bit more to go, right? We're at 297 now. Maybe we close a little bit lower here. Maybe we close below this low, but likely we don't close below this low. At least that's what the RSI is telling me on the 4-hour, daily, and the 3-day time frame. The 3-day is the only one that allows for you to go lower, really. But the 4-hour and the daily are saying, you're not going to move any lower. And I could see that being the case as well, right? You look at the relative low here to the relative high here. Come on now. There you go. And you're right at your golden ratio. You actually tipped your 786. Anytime you do this, anytime that you just rip right down to your 786 like that, you tend to get very pronounced bounces. So I am curious, 4-hour candle here, 3 hours, 36 minutes left, man. I'm curious if you even do. Maybe you don't find a low in your RSI that's at these lows. Maybe because these lows were all kind of during a corrective phase, and you might be, you're in a corrective phase now, but you might be in the midst of moving up. Maybe this low, because this could be the low that sends you up. Maybe you don't actually need to get into the oversold zone. Maybe you're just bouncing just above it. After all, each of these lows, they kind of do trend a little bit higher. I don't know. You could bounce here is all I'm trying to say. It wouldn't surprise me if most of you are watching this video now, 3 hours, 36 minutes from now, if this candle has closed, the second 4-hour candle of the day, and it's green, then very likely, if this candle's green, that was your higher low, that was your low. You're moving up right now, man. You're going to start moving up now. If not, if it's red, I would say that there's still a chance that you could go down here. And then, of course, 260, 270, somewhere in that area, likely around 260 is where you'd go if you were to break down. Though I don't think you should be worried about breaking down until you break this level. Let's see what level that is. Low to high here. Actually, yeah, you're basically there. Yeah, if you close this 4-hour candle, you close any 4-hour candle below $3, I would assume you're going to 260. 260, 270, somewhere in that area, but likely 260. Close below 3. So I guess that's a good, if you're watching this video and the second 4-hour candle is green, likely you found your low. If it's red, if it's closing below this, well, you've got lower to go. That might be the expectation. It's not guaranteed, but that's kind of my expectation there. Okay. Looking at the daily time frame again, looking actually, we're gonna zoom out a little bit maybe. Okay. Let's go on the weekly. Yeah, there we go. From the relative high last cycle, April 2021, to the low that we had in June 2022, you're at your relative 1414, and this overall consolidation phase right here is very tight and high and nice, very neat. Likely, just based off of this fib. Oh wait, I was like, I thought that was weird. There you go. Still very nice and high and neat. I was going to say it's pretty uncommon to not pull back to your 100 to 886 level, but here you are. You pulled back to your 100, and you're testing your 1272 now. I don't think you stop just below your 1272 to stop here, right? You could move a little bit lower, of course, but I don't think you're going to go anything dramatic. I think what this fib's telling me here is just agreeing with what I've been saying this whole video, is that if you move lower, it's just a little bit lower, and really you're on the brink of moving higher. So we're getting to the part that a lot of people are probably excited for. Now that we've gotten done with the boring stuff, where are we going to go by the end of this move? Likely, and also, by the way, tearing through your golden ratio like that, finding support on the 100, you didn't even get to the 886. This is insanely bullish posturing, you guys. By that, what I mean is I 100% doubt that we stop at 434. I doubt it. I very much doubt it. I would bet a lot that the given target that you should expect is at 641 at a minimum, if not higher. 641 to 1071 by the end of this next move is what I would expect for XRP. And I think it starts this week. I think it'll start this week. I think this week you will be closing prices at new all-time highs. I really do. And then by the end of February, if not sometime early March, we could expect 641 or higher, man. I don't think we'll see 1071. I very much do expect 641. I suppose at a minimum 434, but to me, man, that's just disrespectful. If XRP only went to 434, I think something's wrong with it, man. I don't know. Or maybe it's just moving slower. If it's only here by the end of February, I would be in shock, honestly. I think that you're about to move up. What you're doing here is continuing based off of this move. And likely this next move is not as strong as this move here. This was your initial breakout frustration move after being pent up for 2 cycles and everybody telling you that you're a shit coin that's going nowhere and you're irrelevant now and you're a dead coin. This was that aggression move, right? Now you've proven yourself. Now you're just going for a stroll, showing people like, okay, I still got it. But now that I've done the heavy lifting, I'm gonna lighten up the load a little bit. I don't know. I'm just painting a story here, okay? 641 is likely where I think you're going to go. You're at 290.97 right now. You probably do go just a little bit lower is my thought. I don't think you go too much lower than you are now. I personally don't expect that you go below this low here. I could see you going below this low, but I don't see you going below this low here. I think this 4-hour candle will tell, right? You could go below this low here on this 4-hour candle, come back up and close the candle green. If you close it red, it's not necessarily condemning, but I think that would give more to the idea that you could go lower. If it closes red, you are still in this area in the oversold zone where you've bounced a lot of times before, okay? So you don't have to go lower. But if you close green, that solidifies this as your low, solidifies that as your low, and you're moving up higher. So the real price to watch for, I suppose, to suggest that you're going down. Technically, I said if you close below $3, that would mean that you're going lower. And I guess we have to run with that, right? Not because I said it, but because that's what the fibs suggest. So if you go below, if we do close this 4-hour candle, which would mean if it closes red, I keep flip-flopping, man. I'm going to take it back. If this 4-hour candle closes red, likely, it doesn't mean we have to, but likely you do actually go to 277 or lower, 277, 260, right? My bet's on that 260 area. So it really does kind of hang on this 4-hour candle. We'll see. Let me look at the 1 hour real quick. 1 hour is kind of sick looking, actually. Not in a good way. That's not a good sick. The 15-minute too. I don't know. We'll see if you can turn this around. Right now, I guess I am under the impression you could go to 277 to 260. I'm just super hesitant in saying that because at any moment you could be doing this again. At any moment. So if you're looking to buy XRP, now's, in my opinion, as good of a time as any. If you already have a lot of XRP, you're set up, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but you can afford to wait, which is the benefit. If you have no XRP at all and you want to get in on this move, well, you should probably just get in. You know, take whatever you're holding, put 20% of it in here, 50% of it in here, something, and then try to layer in as it goes down. But if you've got some already, you're stacked in XRP, you have the privilege, the availability to kind of be patient and wait for this 270 to 260 area. I think it'll go there, find a relatively higher low. Whoop, that's not what I meant to do. That was weird. Higher low here, relatively higher low, and then move up from there. That's that. So down today, up tomorrow, up next week, and up next month, man. It's going to be a good time. I think XRP is going to 640 and beyond by the end of February. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.